Hi guys, so welcome to another day with Zenler. This is session 3. We started about 10 minutes early. We've got quite a few bits to cover, but we might finish a little bit earlier, okay? So good to see you all if you see and if you're tuning in. So this part of it, as mentioned in part 2 at the end, we're going to create this kind of funnel system. Now, this is kind of going to set you up for lead generation for when we run the Black Friday workshop, okay? So what we want to do is we're looking at people. Well, it could be anybody, right? It could be people that have already got courses, all their stuff set up. It's probably best for that because what we're going to do is going to lead into a course. But even if you've got a mini course, you could do something like this as well, right? So people that have just started with Zenler, that have gone through the Accelerate program, you're already going to have things in place like community, mini course. You're set up lead generators. So we're going to build on that. And a topic that came up at the beginning was automations from Pauline. She was like, I want to really understand how automations work. So we're going to drop into special places as well and see that. So for this one, this is a live build. So we are in the live build screen now, and we're going to share. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop you into a course, which is going to outline what's going to happen so that you understand the processes that are going through with what we're about to build for you today. So I'm going to do some screen share and we will look at what we're going to do. So I want to look at the actual site at the moment that we're going to be working in. I've got my Facebook chat open. So if you guys want to comment in there, just going to post. Okay, we're all live, right? Okay, so let's have a look at our site that we're going to be doing something for. I'm going to explain what we're going to do with this. So here is a site that we're looking at. So we've just created this kind of healthy lifestyle site. So we have a few courses in here as well, and they go through to different places for memberships and stuff. And the course we're going to tackle in, because when you're working a campaign, you want to be very focused with what your approach, with what you want to kind of promote and sell. And this is a test site, so bear with me guys, but I've got a course here that is $100. So in here is $100 for this course, and I'm not sure whether I did it as on demand or whether it was, no, it's a one-off cost for this. So I could have done this as a membership as well, right? So if it was a membership, the discount that I would apply might be for first billing only. But as this is an on-demand course, this is what we're going to be trying to push people through. But we need something to hook them, right? So we're going to hook them because it's all healthy lifestyle. Is I'm going to be generating stuff from AI, right? Just because it's easier. And this way it's going to create lots of things for us. So we want to create a funnel system that's going to attract people in there. We want to then at some point tell them and give them a discount to go into this $100 course, right? So we don't want to hard sell it. We could just send them straight to the sales page of here, of course, but we want to get them to come in. So there's going to be leads. There's going to be people that buy the course. And we want the same funnel automation to filter who's bought the course, who hasn't, and on that base a last email. Now, I'm showing you a simplified version, but you can make it as complex as you like. But I do say that you should build a pathway out for your people, right? For yourself, sorry, not for your people, for yourself, it's your people going through it. So if you go on to something like Canva, you can create a nice little graphic like this to sort of map out how people are going to go into the course. So we're going to say lead, right? So we got a lead there. We want them to go into our funnel. And then once they're in our funnel, they're going to receive automated emails, right? So that's what's kind of happening with this. So let me just bring that down. So that's what we're doing. That's not spelt right, obviously. Okay, so that's what's, let me make that a bit bigger for you guys to see on screen. So lead. So how are we going to get those leads into the funnel? Well, we need to market it. We need to produce socials. Yeah. We need to shout about it. So we need to produce socials. We need to shout about it on other communities. We need to, maybe we run an advertising campaign. So these are all the things. These are actually the hard bits around here. This is the bit that people have trouble with. So you've got your leads, right? So we're gonna move that over there. Let's put these all in position. So there's loads more, of course, but what the idea is that you're going to reach these leads to know about what's going on here. So your leads have come in. They're going to look at what's going on. So let me just put a line. So they're going to see what's going on. Let's do this by one of these socials or advertising. And then they're going to come into the funnel. And then the communication part's going to happen via automated emails. So over here, our main objective is to have a course, right? And this is the course, and this is the course that we're going to have. So it's $100 course, right? So our main objective is to get them into here. So at the moment, what's looking at a sealed funnel, it's nothing's going on. We want a next step in their journey. So we're going to talk about the subject that we're going to talk about. So it relates to what we've got in here. But our objective is to get them to buy in to that course. That's our objective, right? That's what we want to happen. Like that. That's what we want. Let me just plug those in there like that. So, but there's going to be people in that funnel that don't buy into the course. So we're going to be telling people in the automated mails about this course. And there'll be people that come through and buy. And then in the last email, the last automated email, we're going to apply some filtering. So that filtering is going to filter people that are already in the course. So it's not going to go out to people that have already bought the course because in that last email, there's going to be a special offer. So I'm going to do a 50% discount, giving them the course for $50. But, right, so that's for people that haven't signed up. So the people that come through, they're going to sign up, some of them, and other ones are going to get this amazing discount. So this is kind of another way of doing it, right? So it's going to be interesting for you to see how the filtering works for people that are in the course. And it's also going to be interesting to see how we set up the funnel and how we lead to this. So we're also going to tap into the funnel and we're going to have a sealed area on the funnel. So we're going to have funnel's going to have an opt-in. It's going to have thank you. And then it's going to have another step in the funnel. Now, like I said, this is simplified, right? So we're going to be sending out an email sequence of 3 days, right? Just because I want to cut the work down. Normally it'd be about 5 days. So you do a 5-day sequence, right? And at the bottom of all of those is, did you know about our course? Blah, blah, blah. And then it's going to be the same. It's going to be full price, linked to the course. They're going to go in and buy it. But the people that don't, we're going to have a last email that gives them a 50% discount. But that's not going to go out to the people that have paid for the course already, because that would annoy them, right? But you want a second bite of that cherry. You want to give those people that have come in the chance to get that discount and for you to make money, right? So that's what we're going to do today. So we need to create the content. We need to think about what we want to do for the funnel. So because this is all lifestyle, what I'm going to do is my funnel is going to run off of this as a subject, right? So I'm going to go. So I'm going to say, I'm going to base this off of a subject called stop snacking, right? So, which I'm, funny enough, I'm terrible at, right? You have to do a lot of exercise to make sure you lose it. But stop snacking, a helpful guide on stopping or quitting, all right? So just think of a good title. We're going to be doing this through AI anyway. So stop snacking, a helpful guide on quitting. So what I'm going to need for this is I'm going to need an impactful title, right? Because that might be good enough, but I'm going to see what AI comes up with. So I'm going to need an impactful title. I'm also going to need a good strap or subtitle. Yeah. I want some text and the value. Right. So that's what I need. And that's going to be a 3-day email sequence, a tip each day. Okay. So that's what we're going to kind of do. So we're going to do it. So see, this planning stage is really important when you move forwards to this stuff. It's really important that you understand that the planning is key here. So we're not very, we haven't got many people on, haven't got any viewers on at the moment. So we're just doing this on our own, but that's all right. That's fine. So lots of handy little, so that's kind of what we're doing, right? So I'm going to just put together a quick prompt. Once we've got the information, we can start then building it out. I'm going to build a very simple funnel system. If we've got time, I might bling it up a little bit, but I'm not going to do anything too massive here. It's more about implementing. You can make it look good yourself, right? So I'm going to go into something like Claude AI here, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to start a new thing going on in here. So I like to use something like, hold on a sec. I'm just going to jump into my drive and I'm going to set up a new Google Doc because this is just my preferred method. It saves a lot of trouble. I'm going to create a new Google Doc. Hold on. We're going to come in here. Little tips for you. So I've got this little Google Doc going on and I'm going to put my cursor wherever and I'm going to go tools and then voice typing. So I'm going to now voice type and create our prompt. I am creating, let's hope it's picking up. Oh, here we go. Click to speak. Right, ready? So I'm going to go now. So I got to click to speak. I am creating a lead magnet that will have an opt-in page and a thank you page. There will also be one additional page which will feature a discounted course and the value of this course. My subject for the lead magnet is how to stop snacking during the day. Please give me a more impactful title. Give me a short paragraph on text of what and how this lead magnet will help people. Also give me bullet points of the value of this lead magnet. Next, give me the thank you page text. And after you've done this, I want you to create 4 emails. The first email is welcoming them to opting in on this lead magnet. The second email, which will go out 1 day later, will be the first tip. The third email will be the second tip, and the fourth email will be the third tip. As I will giving 3 tips each day. There will be an additional email that will tell them about 50% discount for a course called Healthy Living Lifestyle. In the first 4 emails, I want you to include a CTA to the course without a discount. Okay, so that should be enough for it to generate something for me, okay? So let's see. I'm going to take that. I'm going to put it in here, and we're going to just spin it out, and we'll see what it gives us. So that's good. It's given us the lead magnet part itself in here. It's given me the thank you text. Of course, you should read all this. And it's giving you this stuff here. Are you ready? It's giving me an email sequence. So it's first of all giving me the first email, which is welcome, snack-free community. Check out the healthy living. So that's my CTA to the full price of the course. Remember, we did that in Canva, right? We did that. So we got that in there. Okay. So check out the healthy style in there. Second email goes out. So this is the second email goes out the next day, or it might go out the Thursday. I'm not sure yet. So it might go out after 10 minutes or something. So in here is the first tip. So it's given the tip here. Here's what to do every day at 4 p.m. or when you typically stop, ask yourself energy levels. When did I last eat? How much water? Blah, blah, blah. So it's grabbed some good stuff here. Second tip. It's got the second tip. The third tip is given there. And it hasn't. This sequence build trust provides do. That's good. So I want a 5th email. So I'm going to put in here. Let me do it in the document again. It's just easier. I want another email that's going to promote the healthy lifestyle course, but I am giving a massive 50% discount for people that join. I'm also going to create a page for this that should also include information on the massive discount that they are getting. So let's stop that. Okay, so I'm just going to take that, drop that in there, and it should generate the last bit of content for me. So now I've just generated all my content, right? Super quick. Obviously, you need to look through this stuff, right? So it's saying here 50% off, ends tonight, your snack-free transformation. So you're putting some urgency in there. Might not. In some ways, you know, it's pretty common practice to put like evergreen timers and things like this, which I might do on the CTA. So I might leave that out. I like it to be this. At the end of the day, I want it to be evergreen, right? So this is creating HTML for it, funny enough, down here as well. So we'll see what it's what is created. But it's given me here. So you'd have to make this match your course that you've got. Yeah. And remember, our course is here, this healthy lifestyle course, right? So we want to make sure it's matching that course and you're matching up. So you might want to put additional information from this course in there. I haven't got a lot in here because it's a dummy course at the end of the day. I'll probably just use this banner at the top from the site, save myself some extra work. So it's produced a lot of content here, 50% off landing page, and it's creating some HTML. Be interesting to see what this looks like. Oh, that's good. Look, that looks nice. So regular price 248. No, no, it's not. It's only 100 normally. But I didn't give it that information, right? So it's got an offer in there as well. It's created lots of stuff that is not really true on that course. But if you were doing a course, you probably want to include some of that stuff, what students are saying. So it's done a really good job in Claude. But we're going to return right to the top and just start building it out. So like I said, we're going to keep it really simple. We've got our content now, right? So we can start building this stuff out. I've just shown you how you can use Google Docs to record via your microphone, so you haven't even got to type anything. How easy is that? Then I've shown you how to dump it into an AI. You could use ChatGPT, Perplexity, whatever you want to use, and then it's producing the content for you in there. Okay, so let's jump in here. I'm definitely going to be using this banner for the last page. So I'm just going to build something out. I'm not going to make it that fancy. I'm going to drop in my automations just so you understand the process. So remember, we're working to this. The lead, you're going to be shouting about the funnel, the opt-in page of the funnel. That's your advertising. Then I'm going to send people to the funnel itself. There's going to be an automation sequence of four emails. Welcome, tip 1, tip 2, tip 3. That's going to have a link in it to the course to get people to buy it. So you're giving them a tip and you're telling them about a course. So some people will buy that course, other people will not. So those other people on the last email that goes out, which will be day 4 or day 5, you want to send them this last email, but you don't want to send it to the people that have bought into the funnel, right? Is that clear for you guys? I can see someone's listening in. Say hi, whoever you are. Staying quiet. All right, that's okay. That's fine. Right. So let's go and build this in the site then. So I'm going to go into my site and I'm going to start to build this out. So we just want it functioning before we make it look pretty. It's more important that it functions correctly than it looks pretty at this stage. So this is the import. This is the development side of things, right? So nothing too crazy, right? So I'm going to go into marketing funnels. I'm going to go and create a new funnel, and we're going to go and create lead magnet. We're going to click next. We're going to call this what we want to call it. So in this case, I'm going to just take the title that it's got in here, right? So I'm going to go break the snack cycle attack. Okay, break the snack attack. I'm just going to call my funnel that. People don't see that. That's just in there. I'm not going to add a freebie in here. You guys that know me know why. And you guys that don't put a freebie in here, because that goes to an opt-in, that goes to the thank you page and people can download it. So it means that if people opt in with a fake email address, they can jump into the thank you page and download it for free, and it'll be a fake email address. All right. So I never put it in here. I always share my freebies and stuff I'm giving out in the mail itself. That way you guarantee that the email's correct, because they won't receive it otherwise. It's a pointless exercise. We're not going to launch a course at the end of it. We could, but I'm not going to, because I've got a whole sequence and I'm going to send people there personally. I want to manage every part of it, including the download. So we're not going to have a download. It's going to be an email sequence, a little bit different. Normally we'd be supplying them with a handy guide or something like that, but this time we're actually just supplying them with copy in an email. So for you guys that have got a custom domain, make sure that your email authentication is all set up so deliverability is the best it can be, because this is email based, right? So let's click next. I always go for this one just because it's easier, and I highly modify it anyway. I'm going to click finish. So what generally, you can use the default templates that Zenler's given you here, but what always shocks people is when I rip it all apart, right? Because I like you to know how it's put together. I think that's a big part of the platform. Understanding the platform is building stuff from scratch, because then you can use other blocks and you know how they've been built in most cases. So you're going to see that our funnel link here this is our funnel link, right? This is it. If we look at it now, if I copy this URL and I come into incognito like this, and I put that link in there, it's going to be the standard. Look, it doesn't say anything, but it's there. You can see the funnel link works. So that's the first part. So we've got to edit this. So I'm going to go into edit steps and click that just so it opens up. Oh, what's going on? Hold on. Hello. It's all going crazy. Crazy time. Right. Click edit step. So that's going to open up. And I'm going to do my usual, is coming in here and getting rid of it. So I'm going to go empty block. I'm going to bring an empty block in, build this from scratch. Going to delete out the block that's in there. So I've deleted it all out. I'm even going to delete the footer menu in here as well. Okay. So I've deleted everything out the page. I'm going to go and color this background. My site is kind of all black, so I'm going to keep it black, go with the trend of black. And inside here, I'm going to add just a heading, just one row I added there. Add an element. I'm going to add a heading element, H1. Okay. I'm going to format the color of this. I'm going to format the color to white. Then I'm going to add another one. And I'm going to add an H2 heading type. There's a reason I do this. The reason I add an H1 and an H2 is because when I send this or submit this page to Google, it will look at the priority. So it will look at H1 first. It will then look for the page what it's about, H1. Then it will look at H2 and see if it ties up with H1. And then it will look at what's called body text, which I'm about to put in here. Body text, just a text block. Again, I'm going to make that into a color that's readable. I'm going to change this to like a yellow because I think it stands out a bit. Let's make it into a yellow like that. Yeah. I'm going to bring this up a bit. So minimal styling. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a form in here. I'm going to click plus, go down to form. I'm going to drop a form in. There we go. There's a form. So in essence, this is all we need to start the process of building stuff out. So I've got a little bit of a border there. I'm going to bring this down so the page is black. So really ultra clear. And now we're going to start adding the content. So I'm going to jump back to this and I'm going to put this in here. Let's take that part, put it in there. I think I'll bring this down a little bit to maybe 26. And I'm going to change this and make it bold. This is where you can mess around a little bit, but that'll do. Spacing bottom, I'm going to move all this up. So line height. A lot of people don't look at the line height. That's huge, that line height. Normally 3 to 4 pixels over the font size. So if I make this 36, that's going to be pretty good. Line height is the space between the first line and the second line. So if you have it too big on a mobile, it has a massive space in it. So always check your line height. It's something people don't pay attention to. This is 30, so I'm going to put this on 33, like that. And this is not bad. So let's go and grab our lead magnet description. I'd probably shorten this. I prefer really short information on these pages. I'll make it a little bit bigger. 19. Okay, that's it. And then the rest of the information I think I'm going to put below. So one thing I do like to do is I like inline forms. So this form is just like a linear form going down, but I like inline forms. One thing I'm going to check in here on the SEO settings is I'm going to turn off under the page setting here, I'm going to turn off reCAPTCHA. Right now, if I'm getting spammed a lot, right, I do turn that back on. But if I don't, I turn it off because it just means it's cleaner. I don't have less problems. I never really have too much spamming going on. There's one funnel I do which I activated it on, but most of them I leave the reCAPTCHA off on these lead capture forms. So let's add a new element. So notice I'm picking one of these fields, and I'm going to add a 3-column. Notice the 3-column row jumps in here. So when I say in line, it means that my form is in line, right? Now follow exactly what I'm doing. Don't just create a form up here and then start dragging them across. You've got to follow exactly what I'm doing for this stuff. So because it needs to be held within the form box here. When you start dragging stuff out, it's no longer connected to the form. So inside here, I'm going to put, under settings, I'm going to put get the 3-day tips. Then I'm going to choose a post action. I'm going to choose go to next step. So when it says go to next step, it means it's going to go to the next step in the funnel, which is the thank you page. That's all it means. So I just need to do a little bit of styling on this. So I'm going to bring down the padding to about 8 on both of these, and that should then get me about the same height as the, let's bring the text down a little bit on here, 20, that'll make it slightly smaller. And now you can see it's about the same size, a little bit out. Let me just go a little bit bigger. Maybe go 10 on each. Yeah, and now it's like an inline form. So you might want to make that a nice bright color. Okay, that looks nice. So that will work, right, as it is. I'm going to save that. We've got some more text. You want to definitely set up your SEO. We're going to do things by the book here. So I'm going to put this title in here. I'll be adding to this as well. I want to put an image in there. And let's take some of that text. It's probably too long, that much, but I'll try put it in there. Okay, that's nice. So that gives information about it. My keywords, right? So really important again. We want to go break snacking habit. Normally you'd research the words as well and you'd be putting them in, but we're just doing a basic thing here. We're not talking about SEO and loads of things like this. We're just doing a very basic starter. So strategies to dieting, weight loss without pills, and those kind of things. So I only want to put in 3 or 4 of the top ones, and just to see the questions that come up. So to sort of do a little bit of analysis here, you can take one of these like break snacking habit strategies, and you can come into Google and you can just have a look at what people are searching for here. So if you go down to here, you can see that people also search for how to stop snacking when not hungry, like how to stop mindless eating. So you got 20 here a month, how to stop snacking and lose weight. You know, you've got lots of things here, how to stop. So these are kind of combinations that you could use as well. So if you want to use a little bit of research, doesn't need to take you long, you can learn that as well. Hi guys, I can see some of you are viewing. Got any questions? Are you following along okay? We started a little bit early, so maybe not. So I'm going to be putting an image in here, but I'm going to put an image when my page is created. I'm going to show you a little hack for that. So let's save that for now. Click save and see what's going on. So what's going on there? Let me just quit out of Teams. Okay, people sending messages. Right, let's have a look at this page now. So this is the page that we've got. All right, so nice little page. Not sure why that hasn't changed the right color. I have CSS changed in my site, so that might well be the case. I'm going to change this to a bit brighter. Okay, good. Right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, because I've put some coding that's changing that. Right, I might reset that in a second. So that is that done. Now we need to add more. So we've got a bit more information going on here. We've done that so far. We've done all of this. So we got the value points. So I'm going to take all of this and we just put it in. Right now, normally you would style it a little bit better with columns, maybe some graphics in there, but I'm just proving a point. So let's duplicate this layer, drag it below here, and then I'm just going to paste this in here. And I think, am I going to center it? Value, bullet points. Let's take this one, H2. Discover, learn, and master. Oops. Right, I'm just going to change this to a yellow in here. So there you go, the value of this content, and that's it. So that is basically just a page. Okay, so it's just text. I can make this look better with imagery and all of these sort of things, put some stuff behind it, but basically that's all you need, right? So now what I want to do is I'm just going to tag these users. So although I can tell which funnel they come into, I always like to tag it. So I always go into the settings. I just add a little tag in here. So I'm going to call this BSA, break the snacking attack. And that I'm going to put it in there. Okay. Like that. Just go to next step. That's all I need to do. Click save. All right, fabulous. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to copy this block code. Now I could save it. I've got a pro account, so I could save the block. But for this, I'm just going to copy it. And this is going to be, some of this is going to be for the thank you page. So all I'm going to do is open the little sidebar on the right-hand side at the top here. If you just mouse over, you'll see it. Click that, and you're going to get a lot of code come up. It's going to be, you're going to go, oh no, what's that? But don't worry. You just need to select all. So hold the control key, press A once, and then control key, hold it and press C to copy it. Then we're going to cancel that. And we're now going to jump to the thank you page. So you can jump to the thank you page there, or you can come back into here because it's opened as a new tab, and I can just edit the thank you page here. So this is just a thank you page to say, yes, you're going to receive the emails. All's good. Right, and it comes with this content in here, but I'm going to replace this content with what I've already got. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hold the control key, press A, delete everything out. Then I'm going to press control V, and it's going to give me a duplicate of that first page. But this is the thank you page, so I don't need a form, and I don't need a lot of this information. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put in here something like check your inbox now. You are registered. Again, you can make this look as nice as you like, right? And then I'm going to delete that at the bottom. Again, you can leave these things in. Remember, I haven't done things like GDPR here. You would maybe do a GDPR, say, you know, you've registered for this. You could do that. Let's click this and say done. I'm not going to put the SEO into that page. So that's what we've got. We've got a good thank you page, and we've got that first opt-in page there. So let me just save that again. And this, I'm going to make this a bit bigger so it goes right to the bottom. Click save. That's it in a nutshell. So let's jump back to this one now. So this is, I've got them both open, the thank you page, and I've got the opt-in page there. And this will all work and run through. So what I like to do now for the SEO preview, because remember, I filled that out, but I haven't got an image, is when I'm happy with the design, and of course I would design this up more, right? And I might do that later, but for now I'm going to drop that image. So I'm going to just preview this, and then on your computer, and I think Macs are different, you should have some sort of snipping tool. So if you type snipping tool into your search bar, you're going to get this box come up like this, right? On Macs, I think there's a key combination, Command Shift S or something, I don't know. So you can do it with that. So once you click new, the whole screen's going to go grey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag across this as an image. So that's now going to save. You can see it's saved here. And I'm going to save this. So this is a really handy way to create my graphic. So I'm just going to put in here, BSA, SEO, and then I'll just put save on my desktop. So now I can come back into the page, and where I've got the SEO, I can come down to my little image. And this is something people forget all the time. So there it is there. And I'm going to click open. I'll just put this in. Again, you can crop it in here if you want to, or upload without crop. I'm going to crop upload. And I'm going to get now a nice little SEO image. So this is really important that you put the SEO image in, because when you post it to social sites like Facebook, it will show this image. So if you haven't put one in, it might use the default Zenler one. And I had that happen today, and I meant to pick Zoe up on it actually, but I forgot. So I'm going to show you now what she's got in there. And in our last session, Zoe's here. Right, check out the last session, Zoe, because I'm picking something up now. Let me just go. Where is it? No. Oh, no, it was the first session, wasn't it? First session you were in. Uh, oh, can't find it now. Why can't I find it? But that's strange. So, it's Facebook. It hides all these things. Oh, it seems to remove them. Oh, I can't see it. Anyway, it shows the default kind of image. It doesn't show that lovely image that you've got in there. So, Zoe, check that out. If you post it to Facebook, you'll see it on there. Maybe for some reason it's been removed, but I don't know who would have removed it. I don't think, might have put it, they maybe Rakesh removed it thinking it's self-promotion, but I actually asked you guys to do it. All right. Too efficient, at least, too efficient. Right, so that's my SEO setup. That's my funnel step setup, apart from the last one. So remember, we asked it to set up the opt-in page, which is this one. And we also asked it to set up the thank you page, and we asked it to create another page. So this is a little bit different now. And you might not have done this before. You might not sort of understand that inside Zenler and inside the funnel steps that you can actually add a step in there. So you've got the opt-in, you've got the thank you page here, but we can add another page. So what I'm going to do is where it says clone step, I'm going to clone this step here. So I'm going to click clone, and it's going to say cloning a funnel step. Any links in the funnel page that may have not been added manually, blah, 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 avoid broken. So you test it all anyway, but we're going to click clone, and it will set up another page called thank you copy down there. And we're going to call this our healthy. So I'm going to call it healthy lifestyle. And this will be the last page that we send to people that have not bought into the course. Right? So are you with me with that? Let's click yes. So I've now changed that URL. That's the URL. This is going to be this step, which is going to be the discount that we're going to apply to that course. All right. So this is going to be the discount, and it's only going to go to people that haven't bought into the course after a set time period. Okay. So let me refer back to the document just so that you know what's going on. So remember, we've now created our funnel. We haven't created automated emails, but inside our funnel, we've got the opt-in, which goes to everybody that comes into the funnel. From the opt-in, once they've opted in, they're going to go to the thank you page, which we just created. Yeah. And this is for everybody. And then we have another page in the funnel. These are automated emails are going to fly out then. So they've opted in, they've gone to the thank you page, automated emails are going to fly out. Right, I'm going to put these in a different color just so it's really clear. So that's the sequence for everybody. Now, if people buy the course, they're not going to see this last bit down here. This is another email that's going to go out. It's a last email. We're also going to create another page, which we just created down here. Let me put that into a different color. Let's put it into a green. We're also going to have a CTA discount page as well, which we just created inside here, this one here. We haven't added the content yet. So that's what's going to happen, right? So people that have bought the course won't see this last email. And inside this email will be a link to this new funnel step that only people that haven't bought into the course will receive. Right? So I've got 3 people watching. No one's put anything in there. You're probably just looking, concentrating heavily on this. Right? So that's what's going to happen. Simple stuff. So let's go back and let's now set up our discount page. So I'm going to close these off and I'm going to now edit this discount page. So this discount page here is going to have that information. So I'm not going past the here because I asked it at the end to create that information for that CTA page. Email 5, landing page. Right. So you would style this how you want. I'm just making a point here. So let's go in here and grab this. So get 50% off for a limited time. Okay, and maybe I can put a little countdown timer in here just jazz it up a little bit. Yeah, let's go into here. Let's do an evergreen timer. So we're going to give it hours. Let's say 24 hours. 24 hours. It'll start counting down. Right, I'm just going to style it because I actually want it reverse. I want the background to be in black. I want the digital labels to be in white. I want the label colors to be in that yellow. And it hasn't got a header, hasn't got header text. And I'm going to get rid of that there. Now you would put the value of that course as well. So inside here, you would take the value of this course. Let's just grab that content, right? You would set that up yourself. So back in this page, let's go and add some text in here and you style it however you like. So inside here, all of my text is the same. It's 19 point in here. And I'll just go and drop this in here. So you would have something like that. And then you would have something like a big button in here. Let's make it really colorful. Although it's going to default back up my going to default back to my blue because I've got CSS set up. So grab 50% off while it lasts. Right. Okay, let's save that. Be nice to put like a header kind of image in there of the actual thing. So again, I'm not going to set SEO this. This is a page that you don't want really people to find anyway. And we're going to do that, save it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the header from my course. So I'm going to come out of the marketing funnels. I'll be shooting back in there in a second, but I'm going to go in the course because I've got a nice header already in here. So I want to grab this content. This is where you reuse content, can be really good for you. So I'm going to go into my pages and on my sales page, I'm going to grab that block. So I've already got the block in there. So I'm going to go edit. And when this comes up, here it is. Lovely. That way I haven't got to do something twice. So once this is loaded, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to use my usual method, hold the control key, press A, control key, press C to copy it. And I can close that window down now and go back into my marketing funnels, come back into here, and I'm going to put that nice header on that discount page. So where we got it down here, I'm going to edit this and you'll see what I'm going to do in a second. I'm going to go drop a block in, empty block, drag that block in there and do what we did before. We're going to open this up, Control A, delete all the content out, press Control V to paste that content in, and we've got that. So grab the deal, okay? Something like that is good. We're going to bring this up a little bit more. Maybe I'll put this into the bright yellow that I've got there. And I might even make this size bigger, like 55, and increase that line height to 60. Maybe have a little bit of bottom padding in there. So now I've got a whole page that's kind of set up with a countdown timer. This is evergreen, by the way, guys. So if someone comes in a week's time, they're going to see 24 hours. They've got 24 hours and it's going to count down. If the same person returns, they're going to see 23, 58 minutes, 56. Okay. So you've caused a bit of urgency. You don't have to put that block in if it's too hard to sell. We haven't put the coupon link in here for this offer. So we need to set the coupon link up. But I'm also going to duplicate this button out because I want to put this, you know, I want to make sure that it's really in front of people. So duplicating buttons is a good idea for this stuff. So we put it in there. Yeah, bit salesy, but you know, it does the job. And there we go. That's what we've got. So let's preview that. So at the moment, my buttons don't work. All right, I've got CSS on. That's why that's turned off. That's annoying me actually. I'm gonna get rid of the CSS in this site because it's driving me a bit bats. Okay, sorry, 2 seconds, guys. While I just repair it. I'm saving it because I will I will put it up. We'll put it back again. All right, good. Okay, right. Let's refresh this. Should all be sorted now. There we go. I don't know why it's doing that. It's probably referring back to my branding styles. Let's have a look in my branding. What's going on? Header, body, yeah, button color. Let's go and make that yellow. Let's make the link color there. Click save. Okay, there you go. So it wasn't my CSS at all. Okay, good. Let me drop that back in then. Okay, good. Right, okay. So now we have this set up, but we haven't set up the automated email. So this is the fun bit. This is if Pauline's here, this is going to be helpful for her. So automations in Zenler are all handled the same way. So whether you've got it in a course, whether you've got the automations in lives, whether you've got it in marketing funnels, it's just the same, right? It's a basic email that goes out for high deliverability. And that's what you want with these things. A little bit different to the email broadcast where it's more design orientated, all right? It's more to catch people's eyes, like for newsletters, these things. So the automated emails are kept very simple for high deliverability, right? There's not too much code in there, so it hits people's inboxes. But of course, deliverability is based on if your email is authenticated, right? So you need to make sure your emails are authenticated nicely so that they're dropping into people's inbox. And if you want to know more about that, we've got the Accelerator Plus program, and that's running on Monday, where we're covering how to set that up with your custom domain. So let's jump back to here now. And now we set these 2 pages up. There's a couple of connection points I need to do. I need to set up 50% off this, right? So I'm going to go to my site courses. You can go to site and courses, and you want to go into coupons. So I'm doing it for my healthy living one, the healthy lifestyle course, and I've got one set up for 10% off, but I'm going to add a coupon here. So in this coupon, I'm going to add the coupon. So I'm going to call this healthy, and then I'll put BSA for the name of that funnel. So I'm going to call this BSA 50 off. That's the coupon code that will be redeemable. I'm going to set a percentage of 50% off because that's what I set. And I'm going to say specific product. So I'm going to choose the specific product. I need to choose that product here. So I have it here, healthy lifestyle course, and I want to select the payment plan that that's going to apply to as well, right? I'm not going to put a limit because I want more people to come in here. But if you wanted to limit this to the first 100 people and make that a feature in the funnel, you could. The first 50 get this coupon, right? So you could do that if you wanted to, because after 50, it would cut off. That coupon would no longer work. You could also put an expiry. And if it's on a subscription, you could set it up to be the first billing only, or you can set it to apply for discount for X amount of months as well. All right. So I'm going to apply the discount to every billing because it's just a one-off cost for this course. And I'm going to click add. Now that's going to set me up with this here. And that has given me the code. So if I go copy, that's going to copy that code, and that will take me to the, not the checkout page. It will take me to the sales page, right? So you might want to send them to straight to the checkout page Because especially if you set up a funnel discount like a sales page in its own right, why would they want to go to the sales page of the course? So how do we apply this to the sales page? Well, we take everything from the question mark. So the question mark, include that, coupon equals, and then the coupon. We're going to copy that code, right? So now we copied that code. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prove something to you. We're going to go into the site. Let me put Zen pop-ups. Let me go into incognito. And let me go Zen pop-up site. Pop up, here we go. And the course, where's the course? So let's go to the course. Here it is here. And I'm now on the sales page for the course. So clicking here will take me through to the checkout page. So as you can see, there's no coupon been applied. Now they could redeem the coupon there by putting in BSA 50 in there. But if we just take this and we choose the plan, we're on the right plan anyway. And at the end, I put question mark coupon equals and then the coupon. Watch what happens down here when I refresh. I'm going to copy this whole link, copy it all, and I'm going to hit return on the keyboard. Watch what happens down below. There you go. It's applied the discount because we've added that question mark coupon equals and then the coupon code. Yeah. So now we're not going to the sales page. We're going straight to the checkout page, which is exactly what we want. So copy that URL once you've tested it in incognito, and we're going to put that into the button. So you're going to open your funnel up again and you're going to go to your button and you're going to add it in there. So let me just now go back to my marketing funnels, open this up, go to my funnel steps. Well, once that opens, I'm going to go to the discount. This is where I'm going to put the link into the button. So once that opens, we've got two buttons, one there. Going to click the settings for the button, go to settings, choose action, go to link, and then we're going to paste it in there. And I'm going to open it as a new tab. Right. I'm going to do the same for the bottom one. I'm going to come here, come to the settings, go to settings here, go to choose action, go to link. I'm going to paste that link in there and I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to click save. So now this page will have that coupon. So let's just check that that works. So I'm going to just go to preview. We're going to click this. It'll open up as a new tab. Perfect. And it's applied to coupon. So I know it works. So try to get in the habit of testing the pages as you're working through. So we got our content from AI. We built out inside Canva the path and what's going to happen. And now we've built all these pages. So our last step is to send automated emails. It's our last step. We've checked every stage. Then we need to do a final check going through and then we're done. So let's jump back. I'm going to close a few of these windows down. Let's go and close these down a little bit in here. And we're back in the funnel. So let's go to automations. So we're going to jump into automations now. We're going to open up our automations. You're going to see there's 3 automations and there's little red paused. Paused means they're not active. It means if someone signs up for your funnel at this stage, they're not going to get any emails. They're just going to go to the thank you page and they're not going to receive everything. Now we've got a sequence of emails that we want to send out to them. So I'm going to go into edit. And again, I'm going to just delete everything in there, as is my way. So I'm going to go and delete this out. I'm going to go and I'm not even looking, guys, right? So these have been set up for you just so that it kind of gets you started. But once you go in these, you'll start to enter. And look, you've got all this stuff down here. And I tell you what, do you know what? I'm going to just delete this one out as well. I'd like you to see the full process. So I'm even going to build out the bottom, the mailing address, and I'm going to leave certain things out so it throws up an error so I can show you how to fix it. So if you come into, if you've deleted it all out, you've got no actions added. So we need an action. So the first action we need, and this is the one that's the most important, is the send mail. Right. So this one, you can add a tag. So you can tag them when they come in at any stage. You could tag them in a week with a different tag. You can also remove a tag. So remember we set a tag up in the funnel, in the opt-in, it was BSA. Yeah, I could remove that tag after a week if I wanted to using the remove tag. So remove BSA, it will remove it. But after a week, I could also add another tag. So you've got the ability over time to be adding or removing tags, which is really powerful when you start to think about it. But we're not going to think about it too much now. You can also put a webhook in here. So this is outgoing webhooks. So you can connect to any webhook provider. So you can create that webhook and create content. I'm not going to talk about that. And this one is really handy. This is notify admin. So this is used quite a lot. So if you put notify admin, you can have an email sent to you as admin telling you, oh, this person signed up on your funnel. Or you might have it in your courses. So this person signed up with this course, you know, so you can get a live notification when someone signs into a funnel. Personally, it's a bit annoying because they just pop up all the time and it drives you nuts. But if you're just starting off and you're super excited that leads are coming into your funnel or through your courses, you might well want to turn this on. But give it a few months. When you have loads of leads coming in, you'll be like, this is driving me nuts, and you'll just delete it. Right? But you want to get to that stage. So I'm going to go for the standard one, which is send a mail. So when you set this up, this is all that's going to be included. Now it includes this. This is really important. If we delete this out, then your mails are not going to go, right? Because it's going to throw an error, because they needs to have a mailing address, needs to have unsubscribed. The mailing address is taken from your account details on your account there, right? So let's put in here, let's follow this through. Let's go to our emails now that AI has created this stuff for me. Tip 1. So this is the welcome email. So subject, let's put this in. So I'm going to jump between these and put that in there. So I like to put in here, dear, and then I like to add a personalization. So their first name, because we've got that in the field. And then you've got that. So you've got a bit of personalization. That's personalization as well. I'm going to delete this out because I want to add everything in myself. So I'm going to bring all this up and I'm going to go in and we're going to start to grab this messaging. So I'm going to come down here. That's the first email, copy. So again, you would check through this, make sure it's all good. And that is not a proper personalization tag. So I'm selecting it and I'm going to click personalization first name. Okay. So that's our text, and then I put in there my name, David. All right, and then I just wanted to format this text a bit better, so I'm going to select all the text. I'm left mouse clicking, right, left mouse click and drag up, and then we want to go into our font. So follow what I'm doing here. Take it down to really small size, then take it up to the size you want, in my case 18. For the font, put your font into a font that you don't want, like Arial Black, and put it into the font that you want, like that. Okay. Now, some of this I want to make bold. So it's looking nice. It's a nice, clean email. I've got check out the healthy lifestyle course. Remember that we are at the moment at this stage. We want people to buy at full price. So I want to make sure that I'm giving them a link straight to the sales page for them to read the content and make their choice to buy the full course. So I want to grab that link and drop it into the mail. So I'm going to go to Zen pop-up again, and we're going to find that course. There it is. That's my sales. That's the coupon applied. Look, I don't want to give them the coupon. I want to take that coupon away. That's what I want. So that's not going to apply the coupon. We can check down there. Let me refresh that. Hasn't got the coupon, but it's saved it because of my browser. So I can just double check. Again, this is Wayne Cognito's really good. Put that in there. Just double check it. Don't want to be giving them the coupon code. There you go. It's 100%. So if I go to buy now, it's going to say 100% good. Right, that's good. So it's correct. So just good to double check. So healthy living course here. So I'm going to get rid of these little markers, put this through here and add a link, insert a link, and I'm going to drop that link in there with no coupon applied. Remember, we're trying to get people to buy at full price. Just pretend this is not there at this stage. This is what we're doing. They've opted in. Thank you page, automated email. The first one we're creating now sends them to the course for £100, plus they're going to get their tip. Okay. So I get ready. So now you would say something like get ready for the next email. So this is going to go out as soon as they've subscribed. Okay, there. And we're going to call this welcome email up here. Like that. And then I'm going to click save. And it's gonna ask me because I've got a Zenler address in here. Rakesh, you really need to get this sorted out. It's driving me nuts. Okay, so let's click save. And it's going to go, do you want to make this live right now? Yes, I do. And there we go. So now it's live. This email will go out when they fill out their opt-in. They go to the thank you page. They will receive this email. It will go out straight away to them. 0 hours from subscription or opt-in. So we need to create a second one now. Now I want the second one to go out about 10 minutes later. So in this email, you might say, check back in your inbox in 10 minutes and there will be the first tip. Or you might want to say, check tomorrow, your tip will come in. You know, it's really whatever you want to do. So to do it, we're going to clone this and I'm going to call it tip 1. And we're going to click clone. Right, I've cloned it. So it's giving me exactly the same content. So I'm now going to go to this one and we're going to copy that stuff across. So I've only got 3, luckily. If I did more, it'd take more time, but I'm going to start to paste this across into here. And I'm going to miss that high bit because that way I can leave it. I'll miss the top bit. So it says tomorrow I'll be sharing strategy 2, the bottom there. So I'm going to come back in here. That bottom bit's the same. Again, I've got to remember the sizing that I used. So I go to here, 10 point, go to 18 point, put it into Arial black, put it into Arial, perfect, right? Simple stuff. And then I might want to make that bold. So there. And again, we're going to have that link go in there to the full price of the course. So I'm going to do that at the end because it's going to be quicker for me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that. By the way, if you want this smaller, you can just select that text and go in there and make it 12 point or something, or make it smaller. Okay, so you can make that inside there like smaller. Okay, so let's click save it, save the changes, do done. And then I'm going to clone it again. This will be tip 2. And we just repeat the same thing. So I haven't set my timings up for this yet, but I'm going to do that at the end as well. So I'm just speeding through. All right, so this one here, subject copy. And we check everything through at the end to make sure we've not missed anything going through. I'm going to take all this down to here, strategy 3 tomorrow, it says, the last line. I'm going to go down here to there, pull that out, to select this text. Going to go 10 point, 18 point, black, Arial. So if you guys have had trouble with formatting issues, then do what I do there with that, going smaller, then going to right size, choosing a different font, then choosing the right font. And if there's any sort of things, funny things going on, it sorts them out. So there we go. That one's done. Okay. That's tip number 2. Tip number 2. Going to save that. Okay, good. Let's clone it again. At the moment, they're all going out at the same time, 0 hours from subscription. So we'll change it, but I just getting the job done. Right. So tip number 3. So this one here, 15-minute snacking solution. That's good. Come back here. Grab this text. Good, good. Okay, select that. 10, 18, Arial. It's just, I'm so used to doing that now with this. All right, good. Let me just go there. Okay. Down there. Okay, let's save changes. Save changes. Okay. Yes. Right. So now timings. So this one goes out from 0 from subscription. Okay. And we got the link in here. I'm going to copy this link. So I'm saving myself time. So I'm just selected it and I'm going to copy it. Right. Now the next mail I'm going to make go out 1 day later. So I'm going to go day, and then inside here I'm going to go 1. Ties up with tip 1, right? You could do it 5 minutes if you want to from subscription, up to you. And down here, I copied that link. So I'm going to paste that link in. So that's that one set up. I'm going to click save. That's saved. Now I'm going to go to the next one. And this is tip 2. It changes the order based on that. So this is going to be 2 days. So inside here, I'm going to put 2 days. This is tip 2 for day 2. I'm going to come down to that little link, drop that in there, click save. And then finally, I've got the third one. So here, this will be the third day. So 3 and then day down there, shuffle down to where that thing is and go like that and click save. Right, that is a whole email sequence put together there. So people opt in, they will receive this welcome email, which they can read the content. There's a link there going straight through to the course. We can double check that as well. I can see that is wrong. Let me just change that size down a little bit. Right, you can check that link. You can do a preview here. So if you preview it, you can right hand click open link in new tab. Just make sure that you're going to the right page, which I am, okay, at the full price. So it's that's just because it saved it, right, my coupon code, guys. So don't be scared about that. If I copy the link and I open it up in incognito, it will work there, right? It's got no coupon link on it. So just so you know, this is why I always say do stuff in incognito, right? You're not going to see. So a lot of people might put that in and go, oh, it just keeps putting the 50% coupon in. What's going on? It's just because it saved it in the browser, right? So to do that, to clear it, you need to go into a private browser so you can see it. Right, that's really important because it happens a lot. We have a lot of users saying, oh, they see this, and we're like, are you logged in as admin? Yes, yeah, I am. Yeah, that's why, because you're seeing everything. It gives you everything and it caches things in the browser as well. So that's why we say always test in incognito. But we have a whole email sequence. So we've got funnel steps. So let's wind the clock back a little bit here. So we've got funnel steps, we've got an opt-in, we've got a thank you page, we've got a CTA discount page. We haven't set this up, the last email. We've got the full automated email sequence for this. So at the moment, we've got this stuff. Okay, which is fine. You know, that works as well. So that would get people in there. You're giving them tips and they're coming in. But we're going to add this extra part. And this is what makes this lesson that I'm doing now a little bit different to what I've done before. We're now going to add this part in. So we need to be able to tell who's opted into the course. And the people that have opted into the course won't receive this part. So we can do that using filtering, right? So let's go and do that now. So this is a working funnel. It's all set up properly. It's ready to go. And we now need to create this discount one. So I'm going to clone this and we're going to, sorry, let me just sorry, just cancel that. Let me just make sure that's saved. Okay, save. Right. I'm going to clone the last one and we're going to call it discount. And we're going to click clone. Right, that's our discount one. So we're going to come into our discount offer here. Healthy lifestyle course. Right. Now we're going to put the content in from here. Now I'm not going to rewrite any of this, but I'm going to just take it as it is. I'm just going to take some of the content, right? This is not correct, this content, but I'm just showing you for the sake of this, right? So we've got 2 calls to action in there. So I'm going to go in here and we're going to put this text in here. So this will only go out to the people that haven't bought the course. So they've gone through the sequence, and every point of the sequence, every touch point, you've got a link going to the full price of the course. So let's go and make this small. Let's go and make it an 18. Let's change this to black and put it into there, right? So we're going to pretend this content is perfect, which I know it's not, but all I care about is the offer that we've got. So in here, what we're going to do is we could send them using that link that we've got. We could send them straight to that link with the discount applied, right? We did that. We created that link, but why not just tap back into the lovely funnel we created? So we created a lovely funnel step in here. So I'm going to right hand click just so I don't lose this page and open a link in a new tab. So this will give me my funnel steps. So instead of sending them directly to that link with the coupon applied, which I could, I'm going to send them to this thank you page. So another reason that I do this is because I can see unique views and how many people have come through onto that page, right? It's saying unique 1, but it said that's me, by the way. And on there, total views 4. I've looked at that page 4 times, right? So I'm going to copy that link to this page, because after all, this page has additional information, and our link is going to take them straight to the checkout page. So in here we can have loads of information on what the benefits are of this course or membership, and then I can say 50% off. If it's a membership, you might want to do off the first billing only. It's really up to you. But I have this page, so I want to use this link and send them. So what I'm doing is I'm sending them to another step in the funnel. Now, do you understand how this is working? This means that you can build unlimited amount of funnel steps into a funnel. And using the automations, you can route them on different routes. In fact, in this funnel, you could even set a link up or a button going to another step in the funnel. This then doesn't just become a funnel, it can become a whole website in its own right. You know, this is the power of these marketing funnels. So we're going to send them to that. So I'm going to take this first one. I'm going to start dropping this link in all over the place. I'm going to drop a link in here. That's the link. No coupon applied, but the coupon's applied in the funnel step because we're sending them to the funnel step. So I love to do this because it makes it easy to manage as well. It means that I can go to one page, update any links, and then update the emails, and it's all done. I don't have to worry about losing a link somewhere else. So I click insert there, and then we've got another bit here. This is actually normal price would be 100. Today you pay 50, right? So you save 50%, right? So that's screamingly bad. So let's put a link in there as well. You've got claim your 50% discount in there. Good place to put a link. So again, you would edit this. This is just AI generated, right? For the sake of this tutorial, and drop that link in there. Right, and this is going to go out on day 4. So day 3, the tips are finished. Day 4, we're going to put this one in. So I'm going to go day 4. So one day after they finished the tips, we're going to save it. Right. So what we've done so far is we've saved it. So this is now part of the email sequence. This discount is now part of the email sequence. So I need to filter so that it only goes to people that haven't bought the course. So super simple, and this is the magic. You're going to be like, wow, that's so simple. I'm going to go down to the bottom that says filter group. I'm going to move myself out the way here. So down here it says filter group. We're going to click add, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. I'm going to try and make this a bit bigger. So here we go. I'm going to go add filter group. Right, can you see that, guys? So we're going to go add filter, and we're going to go not enrolled in course, not enrolled in course. And we're going to go healthy lifestyle course, and we're going to save it. And what that means is this email will only go to people if they are not enrolled in that course. You've now created this pathway. So that is it. That is the whole sequence. So now it's all connected up. If we go back into our thing, so you make sure you save it, of course, and you should always send a test to yourself and test this out. So a really quite great way of testing it is you don't want to wait 5 days, do you? Right, for these emails to come through, but you want to test it. So what you want to do is you want to go and set these per minute. So I'm going to do minute. I'm going to save the changes. Ooh, make sure you save the changes, and make sure that you come back and you do this. You go back and you correct this afterwards, right? So, because sometimes you can forget. So we're going to save the changes. We're setting these to minutes. So pretend these are days. So you can go in minutes now. You can do that. And then the last one's going to be after 5 minutes. So instead of waiting 5 days now, you're waiting 4 minutes, and you should receive all emails. So that's first minute, second minute, third minute, fourth minute. So 4 minutes, you can see your whole sequence is running and working. And then you just test it. You just test that it's all working as expected. And that's all you do. So that is super cool. And they're going to go there. And I'm going to preview this one here. Just make sure that I'm just going to take me to that funnel step. I'm going to open this in a new tab. So there we go. It's taken me to that funnel step where I've got my links with the code. You can see bottom right. I can see the code in there. Let me just move myself out the way again. And if I mouse over these buttons, check the bottom left corner. It says question mark coupon equals BSA 50 off, right? So it's done it. That's it. Really, really super simple. So you can then test that out. So you would test that out by going to the actual funnel URL. And now you can start marketing this. So funnel steps, that's our funnel step. We click that. You want to test it all in incognito. You're going to come into here. You're going to test, come in here, and you're going to test it all works. So I'm going to put in something like David. I'll put in plus 99, and I'm going to click here. It should take me to the thank you page. Yes, thank you page. Check your inbox, make sure you're receiving things. And now in over the course of the next 5 minutes, my emails will all come in, and I haven't bought the course, so I should get that last one as well. So if you want to check this out, you can also add yourself as a user to the course, right? And then just see if you get that email, because you won't, because you set up that filtering. So I'm going to jump into my email and just make sure that I'm receiving these. Yep. The first one's popped in straight into my inbox. So let me screen share. There you go. I can see it here. So you've got the course there. That's the first one. Welcome to Snack Free. And then the rest of them will pop in there. So that takes me to the course at full price, right? So that's good. Let's check if the next one's coming. Remember, it's every minute. So once you've checked these and you've checked that they've all come in, you want to then go and change those from a minute to a day. And the next one's just popped in. Whilst we look, the next one's popped in. Here it is. And again, takes me to there, strategy 2. And in 1 minute's time, I should get the next email coming. So waiting 4 minutes is better than waiting sort of 4 or 5 days, isn't it? So you guys, you're all quite quiet in here, unless I'm not seeing something. Are you with me on this? Do you understand? Let me just check online. Yes, clearer. This has been very helpful. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I had the screen open for my live session, but this is Facebook and it doesn't update quick enough, so I have to go to the actual Facebook page and look through. So Zoe's like, wow. Oh, brilliant. Deleting everything is blooming scary. Yeah, I know. But imagine, right, if you can build this stuff yourself, right? And you understand how it's all built. And that's how I teach. I like people to understand the mechanics of what they're doing, because I feel then nothing can stop you, right? You can do anything then in the system. So you can see now, my next email has arrived. So this is here, and 3 is coming tomorrow. So then I'll have another one pop up, and that'll be the one before last. So I've got the last one, then I've got one after that, which is the offer, and that's the one I'm looking for, because I want to check that lovely link comes through and stuff, which it will. So let me have a look in here and see if there's anything else. So Patricia's back in the house. Good to see you, Patricia. Zoe, really good to see you. Pauline, always a pleasure. You've been jumping in and out. We'll catch the replays. So you've been busy day. All of you are all jumping around. Right, you've got the Accelerator Plus. Zoe, I hope you're going to be in the Accelerator Plus as well. And Patricia. So we could see that you're really working through that Accelerator program, trying to get all those things ducks in a row type thing. So it's hard. I know it's hard, making the time for this stuff as well. So let's have a look at the next email that's come in. So the next email's come in. This is the last one, and it's still got the thing in there. And now we're waiting for that very last one, which is the very special one that's only going to go to people if they haven't signed up for your course, and it's giving them a very special offer. So this is quite, it's simplified for you, but can you imagine what you can do with this now you know about filtering and how you could send stuff to certain people but not to other people based on things that you're doing? I think that's really what the cool thing about this is, really, to understand that. So I've just received the last one. So this is the final one that we get. So you can see in here, it's all about that offer. So you got that offer. I'm gonna copy that link, because I don't want to open up in here because I've cached the coupon code. So I'm going to open it in incognito and paste that code, and this should take me to the one with the offer. So there we go. I'm at the CTA page. I click that and I'm going to get my special offer. It takes me straight to the checkout page, not the sales page, where I can buy that special offer straight away. So super, super cool. So hopefully that's opened your mind up to it all. And we covered a hell of a lot there in 1 hour, 23 minutes, right? Or 21.5 hours, basically. But it's covered what I wanted to cover. Now, this is a really good thing for you to understand, and even to set it up. Like, even if you're not using it, right? It's a good thing to set up, to go through the mechanics of how this stuff works. Because when we run the Black Friday, this will be clearer for you. We're going to do things slightly differently with Black Friday, but you can draw upon this knowledge of using filters. And I hope, Pauline, this has helped you as well when you watch this again, because it's not so bad. The automations are pretty easy to set up. Remember what I said as well. Let me just have a look at the stats in the automation. So this is the automations now. I keep getting in the way. Look. Right, so you can see delivered one, delivered, opened one. Me, that was clicked, because I clicked it in the mail. So I clicked it in that mail, didn't click it in those. So you see how those stats are adding up in there? Okay. So also the great thing about it is, by sending them to the funnel step and not putting the direct link to the coupon in the mail, means that if I go into my funnel steps, I've got some free stats available to me. So I've got stats in here if I visit the page. Okay, it sometimes takes a little while to refresh in there, but you've got that page showing in there as views. So that can be really good for you as well. A little bit of extra data in there. Once you've got your leads, if you click in leads here, you're going to see the leads that have been generated. You'll see, and notice I've got the tag in there. And remember that point, that if you want to get a notification email whenever someone signs up for your funnel, you can easily do that. So I'll just do that as a last like warmer for you. So inside here, if I go to add, I go to notify admin. I'm going to do it on 00. You can set it. I'm going to put in here notify email. It already says it, so I don't need to say anything else. Let's go in here and you can see dear David. So that's all it says at the moment. But if I go here, I can put this member, and then I can use automations. I can go first name. So that'll bring, so if I signed up as Patricia, right, it would say this member, Patricia, joined now, right? Email is, and then I can go personalization and email there, right? And what will happen is that will fly out to me as admin. And if you've got any more admin in your site, you can pick them in here. So you can send it to someone else. So if you've got someone else who's helping you, you can send that to them there, just to let you know. This is just automation. Whenever someone signs up for it, that you'll get it. So all you need to do then, mail subject, break the snack attack lead, got a new one. All right. So you could put something like that and click save. You're the only one that's going to receive that. So you can put whatever you like in there. And you're going to see then that this member, Patricia, join now. Her email is, and then it will give you the email. So you know what she signed up for. So you can see the funnel URL as well. If you want to go a little bit more for funnel personalization, funnel name gives you the name. And then you can go, the URL is, and then personalization URL. And then I click save. And that's only going to go to me as admin already signed up. Oh, brilliant. Not to this, right? To the Accelerator Plus. Right. Good one, Zoe. So inside here, now let's just preview it. So this is what it's going to give you. So for funnel, break the snack attack, the URL is, gives you the URL. This member, David, join now. Her email, or the email you could put rather than her, gives you that. And that's what you will get whenever someone signs up. Now, like I said, it can be annoying if you get a ton of signups, right? But if you're just beginning and you're trying to, yeah, every lead that comes in, you're like, yay, brilliant, right? I'll treat myself tonight. Then that's good. And you can do the same thing in courses as well. So in courses, you also have notify, which is probably more important than a lead magnet, right? So inside your courses, you have exactly the same ability to do that. So inside here, if I go into one of these courses, let's come into this one, come into the automations for this course inside here. You have slightly different options like enroll and on course completion, but you still have here notify admin. And it works in the same way. You still have send mail, add tag, remove tag, send webhook. It's just the action here is when someone enrolls. And this action, this rule, I should say, is on course complete, lesson complete. So there'll be different actions based on that, you know, so you can say if they completed when you set this up, which part of it. So let me just show you. If I go to on lesson complete, it will say, right, okay, so when will this apply? So it'll go trigger on lesson complete. Which lesson? It's asking you which lesson. So you'll go, the discussion lesson. So only emails will go out based on lesson completion for that lesson based on that. Do you see what I mean? Or you can do course completion and put it into that as well. So that's on lesson, that's on course, right? So just different rules. And you'll see inside of here, we go back to the marketing funnel, that you haven't got that in here. And we go into the automations in here. You've got different rule types, but here it's only on subscribe. So there's slight differences, but the actions are pretty much the same. So now you understand the principle of that, that'll help you. And to be able to filter your emails is just down here. So the filters can be put in just like you filter when you send your emails out. You say, oh, you know, I want it to go to that email list, or I only want it to go to people that are in that course. It's exactly the same, the way it works. Really, once you understand it, it's super, super simple, right? And it's down here. It's kind of hidden away a little bit. And some people don't even know about it, and people are not using it. This is a classic case study on what you could do with that. It should open your mind up to a lot of different possibilities. So think about that, because you could, for instance, let's blow your mind a little bit here. Let's go into the funnel steps. What if I added an extra opt-in form and I tagged, so one of the opt-in forms says red, and I've tagged them with red. And then I've got another opt-in form, so I've just cloned this, but I've put a tag in there, blue, right? So, and we make it the second step in the funnel. So we have another step above this opt-in, and we have two opt-ins. One tags them as red, and another opt-in exactly the same, but tags them as blue. So in the first step, you could have a button. Do you like red? Do you like blue? If they click red, they go to the red form. And when they fill out their opt-in, they'll be tagged as red. If they click the blue button, they go to the blue form and then they're tagged with blue. So when you create your automations, you could select and base your emails on that tag. So where we've got things like down here, where I've got a filter set in, I can actually filter. I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to add to this filter, because you can add filters. So if I add a filter, we can go tag contains, and then you would put blue. So only users who have the tag of blue will get that email. And you could set another email up that tags users tag contains red, and only people that have got tagged with red get that email. Do you see how it works? So you're almost adding a kind of branching system, the way it works. So really, really powerful. Try and get your head around it. I've started with something simple. I've explained something a little bit more complex, but literally you can do what you like. The way that you segment things out and send emails based on tagging, on if they're enrolled in a course, and all of the different ways that you can filter and send is just unlimited on what you can do. I'm always super excited about Zenler and about what you're capable of doing in the platform, because it is mind blowing when you think about it, and you just have to use it and sort of understand it. Yeah, can I do the same process for a bundle, Patricia? Yeah, absolutely. But do you remember with bundles, right? You've got it's slightly so you're talking about the automations in the bundle, right? So with bundles, you have this option. You've got to be. I had a user the other day. It was actually, I think it was on Mameet's live support desk, and or a question came into tech support, and they were talking about like they've got three courses. Those each of those three courses have got automations in them. Do the automations in the courses go out if they are sent through a bundle? And the answer is yes and no, right? Because in a bundle, when you create a bundle, let me go to courses here. When you create a bundle here, you might have like these courses have all got automations running in them. Now, you might not want the automations in each of the courses to go out, because when people buy a bundle, they just get access to the courses. They can just go into them. So you might just want the automations for the bundle to go out. Or you might want the automations, no automations to go out from the bundle, just the automations from the courses. But that can be a bit much. If you've got a bundle of 5 courses and you've got automations, they're going to get a lot of emails, right? So you might want to turn the automations off for the courses and just send the automation out for the bundle. Now you'll see that when you set bundles up. So if I go into bundles here and I create a new bundle, you're going to see, look, it says allow automation and drip of content for this bundle. So if we mouse over this, this is really key, this little button. It's almost hidden there. And I think it should be more visible. right? Because if we mouse over, it says if you enable this option, the automations and drip inside each of the content on this bundle will also be enabled, meaning that they will receive all of the automations in each of the courses added to the bundle, right? If you do not enable this option, automations and drip inside each of the content on this bundle will be ignored. That means that only the automations that you set up for the bundle will fire out to them. And personally, that's what I do. All right. Even though I don't have a lot of automations, I keep things super, super, super simple. This stuff I'm showing you, I don't do in my site. It's crazy complicated. I don't want to be. I don't want to be adding these things and tagging and all this. I just keep things very, very simple, right? So I would leave that off and just handle the automations in the bundle itself, rather than sending the automations out, because it can, depending on how many courses, it can get a little bit crazy, right? So hopefully that answers your question, Patricia, on that. I hope. Okay, so it is 5:36. So unless any questions come in, I'm going to end it because I'm kind of at a place that we're at. So this whole workshop this afternoon has been a primer for you to get ready for the Black Friday workshop. All right. So if you've got all this stuff in effect, what we talked to you about when we hit Black Friday, it will be so easy for you. You got time to watch these replays. The replay goes onto our YouTube channel. If you didn't know, just need to hook into youtube.com/@Zenler. And if you go on there, probably tomorrow or the day after, these videos will be up. So if you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Zenler there, you're going to see down here that we have the last one that I did. It was 2 months ago. I haven't run a day with Zenler because we're so busy with all the promotion work. So I was considering not running it today, but I was like, I can't not for 2 months. And then and I thought I just got to do something. So I hadn't had anything planned. But lucky you guys showed up because you basically scripted what happened today. Yeah. So brilliant that you showed up for that. So it was really good. Pauline asking also about the automations and these sort of things. So it gave me a chance. Kevin coming on saying he's going to do the workshop, which changed the way that the order went. So actually, I was really happy with today. It was led by you guys. So thank you so much for turning up, Zoe, Patricia, and the rest of you guys. Sure, Pauline will be in at some point. She's been popping in and out. So yeah, really, really good. Rachel as well. Some really good stuff there. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you. Remember, it's the last Friday of every month if you want to put that in your diary. All right. Or you want to avoid that day. Right. Last Friday of every month. Go off for a day trip, right? Miss a day with Zenler. Right, okay, I'm going to end this session now and have a great weekend, guys. I'm going to have my dinner now because I'm starving. But yeah, have a great rest of the evening, morning, day, wherever you are. And we'll see you soon. Hopefully, you'll be on the Accelerator Plus on Monday. We kick off at 12 UK time, so 12 p.m. UK time. See you soon. Take care. And thank you for supporting A Day with Zenler.